Hi, myself Adi Narayanan. Today we are going to discuss about CSS. If you see CSS, CSS is a language. CSS is a language like HTML. HTML is a language. CSS is a language. JavaScript is a language. Bootstrap is a CSS framework which we are going to see. jQuery is again a framework for JavaScript. So these are the five things that normally we use to create a web page. HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Bootstrap jQuery. So HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. These are the three languages which we need to be good if we want to develop a dynamic web page. HTML is to create the content. You know how to create a web page by using HTML, which we have gone through in our previous HTML training in part 1 and part 2. Today, we are going to discuss about CSS. See here, if you read this one, you will understand what is the main use of CSS. CSS describe how HTML element should be displayed. CSS describe how HTML element, we created element like a tag, h1 tag, UI tag, UL tag. There are n number of tags. Just we wrote those tag and we made those tag rendered by the browser. So browser has the capacity to run the HTML and it shows the content, but you see, it does not have the proper alignment which we see in a normal web pages. When you go to Amazon, when you go to Flipkart, you see the alignment. See, in this page also there are a lot of very good alignment like color, and it is displayed. See here, this one. There is a division in the page which contains this line, and that is one button. So if you want to do style to HTML tags, that is CSS describe how HTML element like a h1 should be displayed in the screen. So whether it should be displayed in black color, red color, white color, the right of the screen, the left of the screen. What should be the space between two elements? See, there is a space between this element and this element. So this is an element. Might be they have used a div element to create one container. Inside the div, they might have used paragraph to display all the things. Here is a button. There is a button. It is in right side. It is in left hand side. See this the size of this letter somewhat bigger. We know H1, H2, H3, but even if it is not sufficient to us to display according to our expectation, what should be the size of that letter, we can use CSS and accordingly we can display the size. And so that's the main use. Main use of CSS. CSS is a language used to style an HTML document. We can create an HTML document by using HTML tags, but if we apply CSS, then we can decide how the element should be displayed in the screen, right hand side or left hand side. When you go to Flipkart, you see login, logout, register button on the top towards the right side. Maybe your company logo maybe in the left side, and your company name in the middle of the screen. The middle of the screen. So here see the company name w3school.com is in the left hand side. So how we do all these things different color by using HTML, just you can display w3school.com that content, but you need to apply CSS if you want to align your document according to your expectation. Now see for example, mm, let me go and show some CSS code. Okay, see this one. This is CSS code. See background color light blue, color white, text alignment center. This is the font family, Vardhana, font size. H1, H2, H2 has a font size, but if you are not satisfied with that size, then we can use font size 20. This one is applied for body tag, this one is applied for H1 tag, this one is applied for P tag, but we can apply for individual paragraph tag. Anyway, we are going to see. See, based on this one, your body see light blue. Your body is light blue, and the head H1. See H1 tag. H1 tag. My first CSS example. See this in white color. How does it come in white color? So for this tag, see here, for this tag, we are applying CSS, color white, text alignment center. If I make this text alignment left, it is displayed towards the left. If I make right, right, see here, it goes and displays in the right hand side, from right hand side. So white color, make it red, red color. Anyway, so this is a CSS language. If you understand this is property and this is value. What is the property? Background color. What is this property? Color. Property, text alignment, font size, font size, fonts family, font size 20 pixel, Vardhana, right hand side. So property value. That's it. You are going to nothing other than that. If you are going to understand what are the properties available in CSS, when you go and type in Google CSS properties, then you get all the property. If you have some high level idea about around 50 property, you can do all the things whatever you want to do related to alignment. So HTML is to display the content, whereas CSS is to do alignment of color, font, margin, padding. These are all the CSS property where you can apply. So here to display like this towards the right hand side, we applied a property called text alignment and value right. Property value. So only if you understand how many properties are there in CSS to around 40 or 50, then you can do all the alignment as if how your Flipkart or Amazon sites are there. So now you are learned to some extent what are the HTML tags available. Now we will learn what are the CSS properties available so that you will get an idea how to design the web page which are more attractive. Okay, so now let me create one folder, any folder, any name, any name, TRA training CSS PART part 1. Okay, okay, we created one folder. Let me create one HTML. So you know how to create an HTML document. So now today we are going to use Notepad++. Today we are going to use Notepad++ as our editor. When we were working with HTML, we used Notepad. Either you can use Notepad or Notepad++, or in a real-time software company, we will not use Notepad or Notepad++. Most probably we will be using editors like Eclipse and some editor like Visual Studio Code, all one and the same. Notepad, Notepad++, Eclipse, and Visual Studio Code. So all are one and the same. Each one has a different uh, functionality so that it will help us to code our program much more better. So today we are going to use Notepad++. There is no difference between Notepad, Notepad++, Eclipse, editor, or Visual Studio Code editor. So we are going to see all those things in future training. We will use Eclipse and we will use Visual Studio Code. Now we will use Notepad++. So it gives us some functionality. It has some functionality which will help us to code much more better way. So if we have a document, either this can be opened with a notepad, double click. So now it is opened with a notepad, or else install the Notepad++ software. Once you install Notepad++ software, go to Google, type Notepad++ download. So it's very easy. You can download the software and install it. And after that, if you right click, so it will ask something like edit with Notepad++ or open with Notepad++. Okay, now I opened I opened Notepad++. So now we will create one HTML document. Say file new, file new, and save Control S, or else save as. Give some name. LAND. On the day we create welcome page, right? WLCOME dot HTML. This is an HTML page. We are going to apply CSS for the HTML for the HTML document. We are going to apply CSS in the HTML document. Okay, save, not write. So welcome.html. Okay, welcome.html is created. So you know how what is a tag for to create HTML. What is the root tag? HTML. So then slash HTML. Okay, then what are the two major division? HEAD, head, slash HEAD, head. Then what is the another one division, major division? BODY, body, slash BODY, body. We created body. Inside body, we are going to create a web page for our new bank welcome page. So we write the company name. Our company, what is our company name? Neo Bank. So you can use anything. H1 H1 slash H1. Okay. So H1 Neo BANK Neo Bank. Now when you render this one, right click on the file. See here, this is the file we are displaying. Right click on the file, open with the default viewer. See the output. See, this is output. This is the code and this is output. Right. So it is the alignment is default alignment. Default alignment. Whatever the default alignment as per the HTML, it is going to show you in the screen. Now I want this to be the color of my bank name. I want this to be in green. So how will you apply? So you can now we need to use CSS in order to do the alignment, meaning alignment, color, font size. For all those things, we are just by using HTML, we are displaying the content. Okay, there are three ways to write the CSS code in HTML. We are writing CSS to HTML, right? To HTML tags. So that's what we read. There are three ways: inline, internal, external. These are the three ways. When you go here, these are the three ways. Okay, these are the three ways to write. Okay, the three ways to insert CSS. Three ways to insert CSS into our HTML document. So inline, internal, and external CSS. So we always use external CSS. You will see. This is external CSS. This is internal CSS. This is inline CSS. See here, inline. What is inline? You are writing the CSS code. This is a CSS code, right? See, if it is CSS code, nothing. Property value. Property is color. Value is blue. Property text alignment center. We are writing CSS. So here you are writing CSS in the tag itself. This is inline. Here also inline. Whereas see here, this is inline. An inline style may be used to apply a unique style for a single element. To use inline style, all the style attribute. This is an attribute, right? An HTML tag can contain n number of attributes. While we discuss HTML, we saw n number of attributes. For example, input. For input tag, what are the attributes we saw? Type equal to text, name equal to something, value equal to we gave something, form, we gave form name, action equal to we wrote something. Same way, style is one attribute. By using this attribute, you can apply CSS. We are applying CSS to the H1 tag. So what is the attribute name? Style. What is the property? Color blue, text center, style color red. So we are applying CSS inline, meaning the inline attribute may be used to apply a unique style for a single element. So this one affect only this element. Okay. Okay. Here this is not the preferred way. This way of writing CSS is not the preferred way. See, this is inline. See, internal. This is internal. See, internal in the sense you don't write your CSS in the tag. Rather, you write between. See, head. In the head, write a tag called style. Write a tag called style. Inside that you write all your CSS. Inside this you write all your CSS. So that's the difference between inline and internal. This is inline. Writing this is inline, whereas this internal, this is internal. This is also not the preferred way. So which is the preferred way? Move all your CSS code. This is the CSS code, right? This is CSS code. Internal CSS code. This is CSS code. This is inline CSS code. This both way is not the preferred one. The preferred one is external. The preferred one is external CSS. Meaning you write all the CSS in a file called .css, any name. Here they made mystyle.css, any name. File name can be anything. Move your all CSS only. It will not have any HTML code. This file will not have any HTML code, only CSS code. Body, background, color, property value, margin left, color, background. And you link the CSS, you link the CSS by using this link tag. See here, by using the link tag. So this are, so now whatever you are going to write inside this file, to create a file with any name .css, we create HTML file .html. If you create a CSS.css, so that should be the file name. All files are in file type and .css. So that's the way you write all your CSS code, because maintainable. This is much more maintainable rather than this one is worst way of doing inline. It is not at all maintainable. Not at all maintainable. This is also not the preferred one. Internal, between the head tag, create a style tag and write all your CSS code here. This is also not the preferred way. This is the preferred way. This is the preferred way. You write HTML document and you link the CSS style sheet to this document. You write a separate .css file and link that CSS file. How will you link that CSS file to this document? By using link element. So here if you read, so with an external style sheet, you can change the look and entire website by changing just one file. For if you write 5 HTML file, you can include this file by using this single line in all HTML, so that that style will apply to all HTML. If you are writing internal, then you should write in all HTML 5 HTML files. So you are having, on the day we created 3 HTML files. What are the 3 HTML files? Welcome, there is a form page, and there is a landing page. If you write internal, write your CS code in all the 3 files. In all the 3 files like this, in all 3. Rather than doing like this, you can create one .css file, write all your CSS there, and you include that CSS into your all 3 HTML by using this line. Now you are going to have this line in all HTML files. So your CSS property applies. That's why they are telling this is the preferred way. If you see, with an external style sheet, you can change the look and feel of the interface by changing in one file. Yeah, we are going to create all our CSS in a single file, or split that CSS into 2 or 3 .css file, and you include that the 3 file in each your HTML. So that's the preferred way. Anyway, we are going to see one by one. Okay, now you got an idea. So what is CSS? CSS is nothing but property value. Property value. C is nothing but property value. See syntax. This is syntax. Okay, see here, property value semicolon, and you can write property value semicolon within curly bracket. This is the syntax. The CSS rule set consists of selector and a declaration block. What is the selector? H1. There are n number of selectors. Selectors can be tag, body, H1, paragraph, UI, UL. You can select, you can apply CSS based on tag name. Tag name, right? What are the tag name? Body, HTML, paragraph P, A tag, UI tag, or UL tag, LI tag, div tag. So you can apply CSS for a tag level, and there are some other ways also. We will look one by one. Anyway, okay. Now we created one Here we created one welcome.html and we displayed this one. Open in default browser. So now see here, just we wrote. So now apply. We are going to apply CSS in three ways. Now we are going to try in inline way. Inline. Yes. How will you apply apply inline? This is not a preferred way. STY. Tell this is not the preferred way. Equal to double quotes. What is the property? You saw three or four property. Color. 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 What is the value? GREN. Okay. Semicolon. Always. Property. Value. Semicolon. Attribute. Inline way of doing. Okay, now let me run this one. You can run, save. See, green, it got green. I want to display this in the middle of the page, middle of the screen, in the middle of the screen. How here, the middle of the screen. Then apply text alignment. TEXT, text, ALIGN, align. So if you go to Google and type CSS properties, then you get all the properties. Just to go and see around 40 or 50. That's enough. We can design a very good. Now we are thinking of the second one, text alignment. There is a property called text alignment and the value. See, Notepad plus plus is suggesting. That's the difference between Notepad and Notepad plus plus. So Notepad plus plus gives some more functionality for us, which will simplify our coding. So that's the main use. Either you can use Notepad or you can use Notepad plus plus, or you can use Eclipse editor, or you can use Visual Studio Code, which we are going to see one by one. Okay, all are going to be same. Each one has a different functionality which we can utilize during our coding. CENTER, center, semicolon, very important. So this one, property, value, semicolon. So I applied two properties to this H1 tag now. Internal way, inline way, not internal, inline way. Okay. See, now it come to red. So it was middle. Make it right. RIGHT, right. Control S, save, run. See, it went towards right. Font size, there is something called font size. I can make this size bigger. H1 displays only up to this size, but if I want to make this font size much more bigger, FONT font, see, it is helping. Yes, size. So our editor helps in during our coding. So for example, 50 pixel, semicolon, control S, font size 50, 100. Not applying here. No, it is not at all increased. Font, sorry, not equal to, is wrong. This one. Here, the size 200 is somewhat more big in size. So I make 100 pixel. Here, H1, even H1 has its own font size, but we can change the font size by using font size and you give in pixels. This is also too big. Let us make it as 60. So now you know how to apply CSS to HTML tag through inline way. Let it make it center. CNTER, center. Control. Okay. Now you got this one. Next, what are the tags we saw? P tag. We can apply to all HTML tag. You can apply CSS. So we saw around 30 to 40, around 20 HTML tag. To all the tag you can apply how? Style equal to. This is inline paragraph. WLCOMA. Welcome to new BANKI banking. Control S. Close the tag. This is an HTML element. To this HTML element, I can apply CSS. CSS, not CSS. Style. STYLE style. STYLE style equal to. So let me make it as red color. COLO or color colon red red. Now it is in red color. I want little bit gap from. I want little bit gap here. So then you can apply margin. There is a margin. MARGIN margin colon property, four property. So four properties are there. This property applies top of the to the top of the element. This one, first one is top of the element. This one is right hand side. This one is bottom to the element, and this one is left to the element. See, if I want left side, I need some margin gap. Then I can apply 50 px. So now it is going to apply towards the left hand side. Is there any wrong here? Semicolon. 50 px semicolon. See here, this one top. This one, if I make this one around 100 px, before I applied 0, nothing, 100. So now there will be a space between this element and this element. The space between this element and this element will be 100 pixel towards top. We made 100 pixel towards top. Let me run this one. See, it went down. If I make 2 2 pixel, then so according to your CSS, you want this one to be displayed only 2 pixel gap between this and this element. So margin is about giving space between elements, between the border, this one, screen, between the screen. So now you informed to this tag that you want to give only 2 pixel length between this tag and this tag. Okay, let us run. See here, that's okay. By using margin, you can control your space towards all side of the tag. So by using margin, we can control the space to all side of this content, this tag. What is the content of this tag? Welcome to neo banking. So by using margin, you can control the left hand side space, right, top, bottom, right side. So that's the margin. So let us create another one, some other tag, div tag. So what is the use of div tag? Div is a container, right? Div is a container which is to create a session in a page, section. So when you go to newspaper, there are a lot of sections, right? Different sections. If you want to create something, you can use div. Div is like a container which contains some other HTML tag. Div. Go to Google and type div, and you get a lot of um, theoretical information about each and every tag. Div. Okay. Now I created one div. I created one div, and I wrote one something. I wrote something like paragraph, paragraph, PRODUCT product slash P. Okay. And I create another one. So you can write n number, any HTML element inside you. UL, UL. So end this one. And you know how to write li tag, li slash li, control C, control V. Okay. CREDIT, credit, CARD, card. This one, SAVING, bank, something. Okay, when I run this one, see, it creates something like this. So I want a border. Uh, I want to create a border for which contains all this tag. I want to create a border. Then apply the border to the div style style equal to. So there is a property called a BOR border colon 1 px 2 p 2 px or 3 pixel border length, border width. Okay, solid SOLID. If you go to Google and type a border, CSS border property, then you get all the information related to that. So nothing is displayed. Why? The this is missing, not here after this one. So even a simple mistake will not able to get what you are expecting output. See here, we got a border. So if I make a five controllers, see here, much more thicker. We got a border and make the content to center ALIG and align TEXT text CNTER center semicolon very important. Is there anything wrong? Text align, not align text. Text. There is no property called align text. Text align TEXT text slash align. See here controllers. See you got this one in center part. So that's a so now you are controlling by creating a section, that is by using div you have HTML tags wrote inside that, and you can apply the CSS for the entire all the tags. So this is the one way. This is one way. Okay. Anyway, we applied CSS by using inline, that is property value inline, that is style, by using style attribute equal to. This is not the right way of doing alignment. We should use external style sheet. Next example we will see by using internal way, then we will go with the external way. Okay, control C. Okay, let us create another one file. See, go to your editor here, double click, file, save as INTRNALCSSEXAMPLE dot HTML all files. So we will create an HTML to demonstrate. See here, you got an HTML. You got an HTML. This is inline way. This is internal way. We are going to try to create XSS by using internal way, either Notepad or Notepad++. So this one, right? Control V. We know we remove all these things. Okay. This is an HTML and DODY body. Close this tag. So create one header. This is an, we are creating HTML to demonstrate internal CSS. Before we saw inline CSS. In this file we saw inline CSS. Here we will see internal. So HTML head body and h1 slash h1. Okay, write the tag neo neobank. Now apply CSS. How to apply CSS internal way? Inside head tag, create a tag called style style. style style. Okay, you write all your CSS into this one. So what is the hashtag selector? We are selecting. Let me explain after this one. Okay, for h1 tag we are writing CSS text alignment text text align align, not this one, text hyphen align align equal to center center controller style. Let me see whether this works or not. Yeah, it is working. So I make it as left, left. It is displayed in the left hand side. Now before that we applied this one inline style equal to. Now we moved this one inside the style tag. So now if you write one paragraph, control C, we are doing this internal. We are applying style by using internal CSS way. Paragraph. This one paragraph. Welcome to. Okay, I want this paragraph to be read. Then you can use P. Paragraph starts here, ends here. Text alignment maybe center. then color COLO or color, red red, then background BACK, background color, yellow YELLOW. You can apply any number of property value to a tag. See here, background yellow and color red towards left, make it center. CNTR center. Control F. Run this one. So now center. We applied all these things. So this is internal way of applying CSS. So suppose I want to control C, another one paragraph, control V, another one paragraph. I want this to be displayed product, PRODUCT product. I want this content to be displayed in green color. So if I run this one, what will happen? The product also getting the same CSS property. All paragraph tag will get the same CSS property. No, I want a different CSS for this one. Then how can we do? Just introduce a property called CLASS attribute. Style is an attribute, class an attribute, CSS. Give any name. Give any name. Some name. If to be meaningful, you should give something meaningful. Give any name. Any name. Okay, FF, any name. Okay. Then you create dot FF. The whatever you are going to type here, whatever that you are going to type here, this is attribute and this is a value. Use this value FF or FF CS product PRO something here, something any name PRO whatever you give there. Okay, then apply this one. Control C, Control V, green. I want this to be in green. GREEN. Okay, now let me run this one. So here you applied paragraph text center background color yellow and color red. Here it is the same, but you created another one paragraph, but you want the color of the text should be green. So you introduce a class selector. So before the selector is h1, based on element name paragraph h1. See, this is selector h1 paragraph you applied for all paragraph. But if you want to apply something unique to some other paragraph, then you can introduce this way also, class equal to something. Another way, okay, if you don't want background color yellow, what you will do then? Text alignment. Okay, so now don't use because when you use CSS at a tag level, this is all paragraph will get affected by using this one. So this is not the right way also. You no need to do something like this. Rather than you can go with this approach. Class equal to something. This is a better approach. This is going to be the better approach. Always you can use class or ID. Say for example, if you want to apply, you create another one paragraph. Another one paragraph. Here BANKING, banking PYPE. So you can apply by using ID attribute. ID. ID gives some name XXX, and if it is ID, then hash ID. What is the ID name? X. Okay, this one we will change. Control C, Control V, GRAY, gray, RIGHT. Okay, we will see what is happening. Gray is not good. Gray. Blue. See here, blue color background is blue color equal to red, and text element right hand side color white, WHIT, white. here. So what's the problem? Why the second tag is not displayed? This tag, welcome to, where is this? Yeah, welcome to is here and your header is here. So you can apply CSS to HTML element by using HTML element tag name, by using tag name p tag, h1 tag, by using tag name, or by using class attribute, by using ID attribute. The difference is hash. So which is the preferred way? This both is the preferred way. So suppose if there are some CSS which you need to apply for phi tag, then you can go by using dot CSS class, by using class attribute. So when you want to use class attribute, when you want to use ID attribute, this is the takeaway. Okay, you can apply a class to more than one paragraph, one tag. Say for example, Control C, Control V, and this one is dot pro right, CLASS class equal to PRO, PRO. Okay, this also CLASS class PRO. Okay, now I applied this style to both the stack. Even if I want to apply to this tag also, then I can apply. Say for example, I create another one head h1, control V. I applied CSS property through class CLASS equal to PR PRO. Okay, so the benefit is that by using class attribute, I can apply the CSS property to all this tag, to this tag, to this tag, to this tag. So ID also, but ID should be unique across a ID name, ID value. See, the value of ID is PRODUCT. You cannot, ID value should be unique across the HTML document. So you cannot create an ID equal to the same name. The name of ID value should not be same. This both is wrong. For example, two HTML element tag should not have same ID value. Here you can have ID equal to DD, but you should not write PRODUCT, meaning, so we saw in SQL, primary key, we create primary key to have a unique value in the row. Same way, ID should be unique across this HTML document. ID value. So a tag, if a tag has ID equal to ID equal to name and ID equal to product, then you cannot write ID equal to product in some other tag. So ID value should be unique across all the tags. Whereas class can be duplicate. Class can be duplicate. You can write class equal to pro, class equal to pro. It's right, but you cannot write ID equal to product, ID equal to product, or ID equal to pro, ID equal to pro. That's not wrong. That's wrong. So that's the difference. So normally we depend on class is the best way. So, but anyway, selector can be applied, CSS can be applied by using tag, by using class attribute, by using ID attribute. If you ask me which is the preferred way, class is also the preferred way. Class is the most preferred way. Now you got. So we this tag applied CSS by using tag name. This one applied by using class attribute. This one class attribute, and this can always see PRO. Okay, and this is right. So now ID equal to product, ID equal to pro. This one. So this is not the right. Okay. Okay, you can remove this one. Control S. You can have both ID attribute, class attribute also in a particular HTML tag, So now you applied CSS by using tag name selector. What are the selector? Tag name, class, and ID. ID value should be unique across HTML document. So that is also least preferred way. Internal inline is not at all preferred way, but anyway, ID is least preferred way. Class is the most preferred way, so that you can apply this attribute to a number of tags in the HTML document. So now you saw internal way. So internal way. Now we will go with the external way. Create one file. Well, let's go here. Let's go here. Let me create one. Let me create one file, save as one HTML document. external external css dot html example. So go here, all files, save. Okay, we created one HTML document, external. Okay, you create another one, file dot css file, save as. Here create my s dot css, choose here all files, create, see the extension. So this is HTML file and this is a CSS file, cascading style sheet, very important. Cascading style sheet, this HTML document. So you write all your CSS code here in this one. Write all your CSS code. So for example, this one is CSS, right? This is CSS right code. Control C, go here, Control V, Control S. So you wrote CSS, some CSS here for H1 paragraph. Then this is a class and this is an ID attribute. Okay, now you created one CSS. This one is external CSS, right? Where is external CSS? Open your external CSS, external HTML. Huh? I open this external HTML. Okay, let me have the content, same content. This content, right? Control A, Control C, Control V. Now remove this internal. We don't need. We are going to use external. So remove all the style, deleted. Control Shift Alt B. See the alignment. Notepad++ also gives this functionality for us, alignment. Now let me run this one. See what is this is the output. So we will apply CSS to this one. We will apply CSS to this one. How to apply external CSS? There is, we saw one link tag, right? How will you apply external CSS? See, this is the one line. Control C. Go here, inside head, Control V. So link rel style sheet text slash this one. What is my s? I think so. What is my CSS file name? My.s here. My ys mys dot css my dot css. Now I will run this HTML. See here, CSS properties applied. Now the CSS properties applied by using external CSS. You write separate dot CSS file and you link that CSS file to this one. Same way, if you write another one XML, another one HTML, just copy this line and paste there so that CSS will apply to that HTML document also. We are reusing. You are reusing the CSS code in one file in n number of HTML documents. That's the benefit. So now you got some high level idea about CSS and what is the property value, how to apply CSS in a HTML document, inline, internal, external. So through this training, you got some high level information about CSS. When you go to Google, type CSS, you get lot of document. W3 School is one of the good documents available. You can go and learn all these things. See, go and learn one by one how to command a color, background, border, margin, padding, height, width, height and width, box model. See, box model. So you can learn all these things, font, size, link, all the things are available. CSS is about self-learning. No one needs to teach you CSS and all. It's a very basic thing.